of Cafecito break.
Cafecito.
Mayor Adams
Cafecito
has been
break.
indicted. Mayor Adams has pleaded not guilty. Mayor Adams has indicated that he is a target,
Cafecito break.
specifically when he spoke out
Cafecito.
regarding the migrant crisis,
Cafecito break.
how unmanageable it was becoming. And a lot of people noticed that after he made those comments, all of a sudden things were going really wrong for him. It was as almost as there was a collusion between certain entities. Even the media seemed to have it out for him. Now, I just wanted to share my insight because I do agree that he probably pissed somebody or somebody's off, that probably making statements regarding the migrant crisis might have been one of the reasons. I disagree with his assessment that he was protecting New Yorkers because maybe from the flip flopping that all of us have seen and the decisions that he has made, like not hiring back city workers who said no to the mandates and instead fighting them in court, things like that. With that, I would like to acknowledge that it is hard to look away from how happy the Democratic machine in New York is to be pointing out that they think that Eric Adams should resign. Do I think that he's been a horrible mayor? Yes. Is he better or worse than de Blasio? Well, we knew that when he became mayor that he'd be the fall guy. We just didn't know the details, and now we're here. I would like to share the screen and present to you a statement which I think highlights where I think we really are with this story. And I think this is important now. Vish Bora is a strategist. I mean, this man is a very insightful. And I want to share here not only what he said in this clip. I want to share what he wrote. This is a high tech lynching that is taking place by the progressive wing of the New York Democratic Party in tandem with their friends at SDNY in the Biden Harris admin at the DOJ to come together to politically attack and weaponize the system against this black mayor of New York, Eric Adams, for getting uppity with the Dems and standing against the great replacement agenda of the Democrats. My sister and I read this comment. The only thing we disagree with is we don't think that race mattered. He could have been white Asian. Had he taken similar steps, he would have become a target of the progressive wing of the New York Democratic Party. The person who would replace Eric Adams had he would if he resigns. I mean, there's some technicalities around this depending on when things happen. There's some murmurings that Hochul might be considering. I'll read it. Governor Hochul. This is from Brooklyn Patch. Is reviewing her options after Mayor Adams' indictment. The New York City Charter gives Hochul the power to suspend and remove Adams from his job.
Listen, I don't want people to get scammed here by the left and the Democrats on what exactly is happening in New York City. This is a high-tech lynching that is taking place by the progressive wing of the New York Democratic Party in tandem with their friends at the Southern District of New York in the Biden-Harris administration at the DOJ to come together and basically politically attack and weaponize the system against this black man, this black mayor of New York, Mayor Adams, for getting uppity with the Democrats and standing against the great replacement agenda of the Democrats. Mayor Adams has made it no made it very clear and has left no doubt about his position on the illegal invasion of foreign nationals in New York City. He has said that this illegal invasion is going to destroy the city. He was one of the most vocal public mayors in one of the biggest cities in the world to take this position, in one of the largest media markets in the country to take this position publicly. And that was to the ire of the Biden-Harris administration. Then locally, the New York Democrats have always seen Eric Adams as the NYPD capturing City Hall to basically end the de Blasio era of letting out people on this bail reform stuff and basically preventing criminals from flooding the streets of New York. So Mayor Adams has tried his best to stand against this invasion by illegals and this flooding of the streets with criminals from a federal level to a local level. And every Democrat from a federal level to a local level has had problems with Adams. And this is why they've taken this moment to try and take him out. A lot of the stuff that he's basically been accused of is highly questionable. A lot of the stuff a lot of people can be accused of, and not only that, found guilty of, if the DOJ actually did its job in investigating mass amounts of the Democrat apparatchiks and elected officials here in New York. But they decided to single Eric Adams out because Eric Adams stood against their agenda.
All right, so you heard what Vish said in that comment. Now let's take a listen to the words that Eric Adams said pretty much September 2023, which was a year ago.
This issue will destroy New York City. Destroy New York City. 110,000 migrants. We have to feed, clothe, house, educate the children, wash their laundry sheets, give them everything they need, health care. Month after month, I stood up and I said, this is going to come to a neighborhood near you. But we're here. We're here. We're getting no support on this national crisis. And we're receiving no support. And let me tell you something, New Yorkers. Never in my life have I had a problem that I did not see an ending to. I don't see an ending to this. I don't see an ending to this. This issue will destroy New York City. Destroy New York City. One time we were just in Venezuela. Now we're in Ecuador. Now we're getting Russian speaking coming through Mexico. Now we're getting Western Africa. Now we're getting people from all over the globe have made their minds up that they're going to come through the southern part of the border and come into New York City. And everyone is saying it's New York City's problem. Every community in this city is going to be impacted. We got a $12 billion deficit that we're going to have to cut. Every service in this city is going to be impacted. So as you ask me a question about migrants, tell me what role you played. How many of you organized to stop what they're doing to us? How many of you were part of the movement to say, we're seeing what this mayor is trying to do, and they're destroying New York City? It's going to come to your neighborhoods. All of us are going to be impacted by this. The city we knew, we're about to lose.
The city we knew we are about to lose. A year after he's made this statement, I can attest as somebody who lives in New York City that New York City feels different. New York City is many parts shitty in certain areas. It stinks, smells like sewer. There's a lot of rats everywhere, roaches, outward homeless, migrant crime, theft, robberies, and a lot of people with great need with nowhere to go, including Americans. It's an unmanageable crisis. It's not a time to play politics, but politics are definitely involved in this time. So this is just wanting to give you a brief insight. Please, mi gente, connect with Cafecito Break. Okay. As we wrap up, we do a New York Stands Together X Space Mondays, 9 p.m. We host a Cafecito Break with New York freedom fighters, people who said no during the mandates. My sister and I started a new YouTube channel, the Perez Sisters, Crystal Sage Wisdom, just like that. Check it out, Crystal Sage Wisdom. And here highlighted is episode 10, COVID Stolen Moments. Did wearing a mask help or hurt you? Let's start healing from this pandemic madness. Mi gente, let's start the conversation. We've got a lot to talk about. And if you would like to support our work, Cash App us at $Live Your Music. Thank you again for joining us. Love you.